Julian Assange is coming to a Colorado jail near you. Apparently, it's going to come this ADX Florence, right? So you had Julian Assange was not going to get extradited to America because of the U.S. Penitentiary Administrative Maximum Facility, ADMAX, an American federal prison in Fremont County near Florence, Colorado, operated by the Federal Bureau of Prisons, a division of the U.S. Department of Justice. It's a Supermax control unit prison, has a higher, more controlled level of custody than a maximum security prison. So you know maximum security prisons, this is worse than that. So this is where Julian Assange is going to be housed if he is convicted. Or probably this is where he's going to be housed before he gets convicted, right? And this is just incredible. So at first they said they wasn't going to extradite him because our prison system sucks so bad. But then the U.S. government said, hey, guy, we're going to treat Assange good. We're going to treat him good and right and proper, right? Because we care about universal health care for all of our citizens. We care about the health of our own people who are free and lawful and we don't even give a shit about each other, let alone somebody that's in prison. Jesus Christ. So the Alcatraz of the Rockies, that's what it's unofficially known as, the Alcatraz of the Rockies. Now, they've got some history of suicides. Kevin Lee Wilson killed himself, 37 years old, 1999. Gregory Britt killed himself. This is in the ADX Florence. This is where Julian Assange is going to be treated A-OK. 43-year-old Gregory Britt, 45-year-old Lawrence Claker, 26-year-old Lance Vander Stappen, 35-year-old John Frierson, Jose Martin Vega, 35 years old, 48, Robert Gerold Knott, and Jamie Gerald McMahon, 42 years old, November 13th, 2017. That was just 4 years ago. So they got a pretty bad suicide problem there. Motherfuckers are offing themselves left and right. Jesus Christ, since 1999, you've had 8 suicides. Or they were suicided. So either murder or suicide. And now let's listen to all the people. These are the people that we're going to house Julian Assange next to, right? That Ralph calls Larich. Ralph calls Larich. He's not going to get investigated. He's not going to get charged with shit. The murdering goddamn Apache helicopter pilots, he's not getting charged with shit. They're not being extradited no goddamn place. They're not being put into a Supermax fucking prison. What the United States government is doing to Julian Assange is a slow-moving assassination. Why? Because he told us the fucking truth. He told us the truth in the Zinger case. Very popular free speech case. The man published some shit. They said it was slander. And the defense for slander is the truth. Julian Assange released a video. You can't argue with the video. Julian Assange is truth. So because Julian Assange, right, told us the truth and said that these are some killing motherfuckers that did some crimes, you think that a good organization would like something like that. You don't want a bunch of Nazi motherfuckers killing a bunch of innocent people. What good is that going to do anybody? Thank you, Julian Assange. Now we can put the charges on the people that need the charges, and we can stop people just killing innocent goddamn people. We're not over in Iraq to kill innocent fucking people. So there's a bunch of terrorists. There's a bunch of crime. Okay, so let's just go down this list. Zacharias Moussaoui, French citizen, Al-Qaeda operative. Something about he helped plan the 9/11. Ramzi Youssef, he's, did something with the 1993 World Trade Center bombing, which killed 6 people. Kalfin Mohammed, Al-Qaeda operative from Tanzania. Convicted in connection with the 1998 U.S. embassy bombings in Kenya and Tanzania, which killed 224 people. So we're going to put Julian Assange next to a bunch of murdering motherfuckers that killed 224 people. You know who needs to be next to the criminal murdering sons of bitches? the other criminal murdering sons of bitches. Since the only person we know is Ralph Calls Larich, we need to put Ralph Calls Larich in a cell next to Julian Assange. We have to have a fair judicial system. We're going to pretend that this is all fair. We're going to pretend that this is what? Justice? This ain't fucking justice. Jesus Christ, every single fucking second that goes by with him behind bars is injustice, is inhumane. And we're just further torturing a person that doesn't deserve any punishment whatsoever. He deserves accolades and parades and Abu Hazma, Egyptian cleric, Al-Qaeda, right? Something established training, terrorist training. Richard Reed, British national who became an Al-Qaeda operative. He had the shoe bomber. Umar Abdul Muttalib, Nigerian national, Al-Qaeda, pleaded guilty to attempted use of weapon, the underwear bomber. Ahmed Rassam, he's going to plan to bomb the LA International Airport in 1999. Simon Trinidad, he's part of FARC, convicted in 2007 of terrorism charges. Suleiman Abu Ghaith. Okay, so it goes on. There's like 5 or 6 more of them here. Egyptian terrorist, was one of the men convicted in the 1993 World Trade Center bombing. That Shane Duca, convicted in 2008 for conspiring to kill members of the Army at the Fort Dix, New Jersey Army base. His 2 brothers were also convicted. Somebody that tried to, Abdul Raham, tried to attack Times Square in New York City subway. So those are foreign terrorists. Then we got some domestic terrorists. You got that Diz Hakkar Tsarnaev, this guy, the Boston Marathon bomber. He's there at the ADX Florence Supermax prison. Theodore Kaczynski, the Unabomber, is there. What the fuck? So we're going to put Julian Assange next to the Unabomber, next to the Boston Marathon bomber, next to the underwear bomber, next to the, shoe bomber. Next to these motherfuckers, that killed 224 people. Khalfan Muhammad. We're going to put him right next to Wadi El Haj. Terry Nichols, Oklahoma City bomber. He's there too. So we're Jose Padilla, Al-Qaeda. Eric Rudolph. 4 bombings, killed 3 people. Fazeh Shahzad, Nazir Jason Abdo, Muhammad Muhammad Al-Fariq, Tariq Mihana, Nosir Gawadia, Robert Hassan, Walter Myers, Harold Nicholson. This is espionage. So we can look more into there. So I guess that'll be his wing, right? He'll be hanging out with those guys. Organized crime. James Marcello is there, serving a life sentence. He's the front boss of the Chicago outfit, convicted of racketeering and conspiracy for participating in 18 murders. Louis Philippe, serving life plus 45 years. Leader of the New York chapter of the Latin Kings gang, convicted in 96 of murder, conspiracy, racketeering. King Blood. Felipe is named as King Blood. So we're going to put Julian Assange next to King Blood. Why? Because he told America the truth about, the crimes that... If I'm the police officer and, we're kicking ass and taking names or we're doing... But then I hear no, fuck that. You can't commit crimes and then be part of my group. You need to be punished. You go be punished and then serve your sentence and then come back and then ask for our forgiveness. Then we forgive you, and then we move on. Tyler Bingham, Larry Hoover, Jeff Fork, Boney Savage, Joaquin El Chapo. Oh, El Chapo. I guess Julian Assange and El Chapo will be hanging out together. So this Caboni Savage, he's convicted of 12 counts of murder. So, yeah, the people that committed the murders, nobody put any, we don't even know who they are. We don't even know their names. We know the commander is Ralph Kautz-Larich, but we don't know the murderers, the people that actually are sitting there saying good shooting and fucking all that crazy talk. As an American, I don't feel good that Americans are going to Iraq and killing innocent people. So imagine how you would be if you're an Iraqi. These motherfuckers aren't here for us. They're killing our children. They're killing the journalists. They're killing innocent Iraqi people. They don't give a fuck. They'll probably cover the murderers' asses up. They don't know the difference between right and wrong. Thou shalt not murder, motherfucker. That's an eternal law. Thou shalt not murder. Ronald Heron Rodriguez, Perry Rourke, Salvador Magluta. So, murder, trafficking charges, money laundering charges. Other crimes, Richard McNair, Dwight York, Jesse Conway, Michael Swango, Paul Berggren, Dominic Maldonado. Michael Swango, he's a physician and serial killer, pleaded guilty in 2000 to fatally poisoning 4 patients, and he's been linked to scores of other deaths. He was sent to ADX at his own request due to safety concerns. Hey, can you send me to the Supermax? I'm not feeling safe. So, but motherfucker kills people. Motherfucker who takes the life of other people. That's what these goddamn, super prisons are supposed to be for. Not for Julian Assange. They're for, they're for criminals that actually commit crime, that actually injured somebody, that hurt somebody. You can't murder, you can't rape, you can't hit, you can't steal. You can't do that shit to people. What you are allowed to do, though, is you're allowed to tell people when those things have occurred. You're allowed to tell the truth about those things. So, you can't even say what he did was bad. What he did was so fucking American, it's not even funny. He's, just a guy who's self-publishing, the documents of shit that he's handed. So essentially, he's being the front, organization, and he's saying, hey, it's like Napster. Once you let that cat out of the bag, you think you can, reimagine how truth and reality works? You think you can go ahead and prosecute the messenger and we're going to forget about the goddamn murders? We're going to forget about the bloodshed? We're going to forget about all that fucking traumatic, evil shit that you did? We're supposed to forget about all that. Why? Because you say Julian Assange is a bad guy? An Australian said some shit over in Europe, and America's got their pennies in such a fucking bunch they're going to spend millions of dollars to... This is bullshit. This is bullshit. I don't want Julian Assange extradited to America. If he wants to come visit, that's okay. But Julian Assange is a hero to me. I would elect Julian Assange president. I would elect him my congressman. I'd elect him my mayor. He's got integrity. He's got courage. If you look at injustice and you don't do shit about it, all you're doing is training your mind to always accept injustice. Oh, what? More Nazis are hurting more people? You didn't say shit before. You ain't going to say shit now. What is it? If we settle for nothing now, we'll settle for nothing later. If we settle for nothing now, we'll settle for nothing later.